in there. Y'all see how it's blowing that ribbon? That's a pretty good little bit of airflow, especially for your animals when it's still a hot day.
First time, guys, the way is just got all brown spots on that potato. It looked terrible.
Well, good morning, guys. Welcome to Poorboys Little Homestead /
Papa's place.
Guys, today me and Colton, we're gonna be pulling up, digging one row of our potatoes. Now I'm gonna get y'all over here and show you. I showed a little short clip a few videos ago. My potatoes are eat up with a brown spot and early blight, and one row of them looks terrible. And on that video, I dug a few of them, and there were some taters down there. Now these taters here ain't been in the ground. I'm gonna say I think it's around 90 days, which ain't enough. And them 90 days has not been good 90 days. Ever since I planted these potatoes, I'd say 75% of them days it was in the low 50s, high 40s at night, and a lot of rain. Way too much rain, which I think is one of the reasons it's got the brown spot and the early blight so bad. Another reason is these potatoes is potatoes that I raised last year, and when I planted them, y'all people that know about potatoes, they done shriveled up real shrivelly and sprouting real big, but I planted them, so that may have something to do with the reason they got this disease, and potatoes may already had a disease. But I'm gonna get y'all over here and show y'all what they look like. And like I said, the outside row ain't as bad. We're gonna dig at one row today. Maybe some of the worst ones on the outside row here. And then I'm gonna try to leave my other ones as long as I can. But the reason I'm wanting to dig them is I don't want this early blight and disease getting on over on my tomatoes. Plus, the longer you leave it in this soil, it's gonna contaminate your soil even more with them diseases. So let's get over here and show y'all what we're looking at.
What's that brown spots for?
That's brown spots.
From the rain.
What's them brown spots from?
The rain.
The rain. Yeah, I think the rain done it too, Ben. So as y'all can see, we got two rows down through here, guys. But this row right here is the ones that really look terrible. So I'm showing y'all what they look like. Y'all can see they're eat up with that early blight and brown spot. Now these on this row, as you can see, they got a few brown spots, but they ain't just totally eat up like this other row. These look terrible.
Terrible, terrible.
What'd you just say, Colton?
Terrible, terrible.
They look terrible, terrible, don't they?
Now I got punk out.
You got a punk hat on. You better turn that hat around the other way. You gonna wear it like a punk? All right.
This is gonna be my punk. First time, guys, the way is just got all brown spots on that potato. It looked terrible.
Yep, all them brown spots on our potatoes looks terrible, he says. So let's get over here and we're gonna start digging. First, we're gonna pull up the vines on this row and put them in our little trailer so I can get them totally away from my garden. And then we're gonna start digging. All right, guys, so first I'm gonna just go down through here and we're gonna pull the vines up for several feet down this row. And then we're gonna dig and see what we're getting. Now I ain't expecting to get much out of here, and I ain't expecting to get much size-wise. But like I said, these potatoes ain't had the time they need. But I'm not comfortable leaving them in this garden. You gonna help Papa pull them up?
I am pulling them.
Yeah, pull them up. Grab them down here at the bottom right there. Pull. There you go. Lay them over here on this side in the pile so we can put them in our trailer. You got your shovel, Colton? We gotta go get your shovel. All right.
I can stay right here, okay?
All right, you stay right here and I'll go get the shovel. Colton ain't even waiting on me, guys. He's starting to dig. All right, let Papaw start back here with the fork. Won't I dig and you pick the taters up and put them in the crate? Look at them taters. Can you get on that side? And you put the potatoes in the crate as Papaw digs.
Is that wet?
Yeah, these are red Lesotho potatoes.
That's wet.
So when I dig them up, you put them in the...
Oh, I see another one.
Yeah, don't put the grass in there, the roots in there. See, guys, these are small potatoes, but they are eatable.
And they are Lesotho potatoes. This one?
Yeah, get all the potatoes you see when Papaw digging.
We got those.
Huh?
I keep finding.
Well, we ain't finding none right there.
That's one.
That's a little bitty one. Ain't. Our harvest ain't gonna be real big. Here's some, Colton. There's the rotted seed tater. Throw that over there. Get it out here. There you go. There's some taters you can pick up.
That's dirty. That's not dirty.
Yeah, they dirty.
We got wash them?
No, we ain't gonna wash them. You put them up there and let them dry. There's some more.
Up there.
Rake through that dirt with your hands and get them.
I got one. That one.
Guys, these may be some good little potatoes to can. So I may can these up. Small as they are. All you'd have to do is cut most of them. Well, some of them you wouldn't even have to cut. Some of them just cut in half. There you go. You be getting behind, you better pick them up.
What's that?
But guys, I'm gonna show y'all, look at that. That was the seed potato that was planted. They just plumb jello. They shouldn't look like that. That's why I'm getting them out of here. Why I can get what I can now. Now doesn't here made pretty good. Guys, this one right here made pretty good taters. This one right here. Like I said, after I planted these, we got lots of rain. Lots and lots of rain. I seen it.
Bounced. Oh, that's just soda taters.
Okay, guys, y'all see in about 10 foot there, that's all the potatoes we got. Now, if they was all about that size, that'd be nice. But they all small potatoes.
Here's one again.
But I may go on and just can all these smaller taters like this. But me and Colton's finna dig this row and then we'll get back with y'all and show y'all what we got out of it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, guys, the cameraman, I guess I'm gonna have to fire him. He forgot to turn the camera on when I was gonna show y'all. I decided I wasn't gonna dig these by hand. I went and hooked my middle buster up and I run right down through here and rolled them out. And now me and Colton can just pick them up. But the cameraman forgot to turn the video on. It makes it so much easier with that middle buster. Some people say it skins some potatoes up, but to me, if you got a row of potatoes, it just makes things so much easier. So now all we got to do is get them picked up, and then I'll get back with y'all again, and maybe I won't forget to turn the video on camera back on and show y'all how many we ended up with. Try it again. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say potato. You say banana, I say nanner. They all taste the same, so it don't really matter. Let's go show the guys how many potatoes we got out of this one row. Alright guys, so out of this 50-foot row, all we got was one milk carton crate full. But I'm very proud of this one milk crate full, because the other day when I done that video, when I dug just them few, guys, I was surprised that there was any potatoes under here. The weather we've been through and the disease they got as fast as they got it. So I figure them there, they starting to get worse and worse. I'll probably give them about one more week and I'm gonna dig them, and probably won't get no more than one crate off of that row. Now y'all know the last 3 years I've been getting this many potatoes or more out of my 3 little tire beds over there. This year it's got the Yukon Golds planted over there.
Or the same after night.
Tell them, say these little taters taste as good as them big taters, don't they?
But these big taters taste good off the little ones.
That's right. Alright guys, so that's the end of the tater digging today. Now we're going to move on. We got another little project we need to do. Alright guys, Colton and my next project. Right here in this box we got some solar powered fans. These are made by ANKWAY, ANKWAY 20-watt solar exhaust fan kit. Now this comes just like this, already assembled. That right there is approximately 4.5 by 4.5 inch fans. Like I said, it's already assembled. Wires already hooked up. Got an on and off switch. And then you've got your solar panel. So right now, I'm in the shade so it ain't getting full power. And it still makes these come on. All 3 of them. And I ain't getting much sun at all right here. But we're going to take these over there in the sun so it's getting its full power and see how much air they blow. No faster than they run in there, I can feel a little breeze off of that. But these are considered exhaust fans for dog houses, chickens nesting box, rabbit cages, whatever you want to. Your imagination can go wild what you want to use these for. Now this particular one here, it totally runs off of solar power. So if it ain't getting no sun, the fans ain't gonna run. But ANKWAY, I think they making it, or they got one they're making that's gonna be battery powered to where the solar charges the battery. That way your fans will keep running in the shade or either at night. Now my plans with this one here, that these are 12 volt. For right now, I'm gonna put these on my Quail pins. Now that 4.5 by 4.5 inch fan right there don't put out a lot of air, but it is a little breeze. Cause my cages is under a shade. When it gets up in them 90s, triple digit temperatures this summer, any little bit of breeze helps. But after I hook this up, I gotta figure out a way to get my solar panel. I think the cord on here is about 6.5 foot long. I wished it was longer, because I'm gonna have to fix me a stand out from under the tree, and I'll show y'all that in a moment, to where it'll get sunlight from the time the sun comes up in the morning till about 12 to 12:30 noon. And then the rest of the day, even the solar panel would be in the shade. But I think I can splice into this wire right here and put me a 12 volt, just say like a lawnmower battery, that this solar power would charge during that morning half. What are you telling them? What you telling them about in there? Show them the picture. That's called an ANKWAY. Tell them. That's ANKWAY Solor Fans. But we're going to hook these up, and then I'm going to try to rig mine up on a battery. That way it'll charge the battery every morning and see if it'll work that way. Everything I have out here is under a shade tree. So anywhere I put my solar panel, it's either going to be get sunlight the first half of the day or get sunlight the last half of the day. But guys, these things already being wired like they are. All I'm going to do is put mine on my quail cage wire. Wind's blowing strong out here, guys, but I'm going to put mine on my quail cage, and I'm going to just use zip ties and zip tie this to the cage. Now these ain't for heavy rain waterproof. They IP65 waterproof, and I'm going to put them up under the, kind of got a little drip edge on my quail pen there. So let's go over to the quail pen and check that out. Okay guys, so I moved these over here in the sun. Sun's shining straight down on this panel. And this switch here is an on and off plus a variable speed. Yep. Feel the air? Colton wants to feel the air. Feel it blowing? Guys, that thing blows pretty good for a 4.5 inch fan. But they blow pretty good. Now we're gonna go over to the quail cage, and like I said, I'm gonna just use zip ties and zip tie this to my cage, just to show y'all the product here. Like I said, now they come with the ones that's got the battery. If they don't make them already, they say they making the ones with the battery, but I'm gonna try to wire mine into a battery, because I need my solar panel on this side, and it'll get sun the first half of the day, but then after that it wouldn't get no sun. So we're finna go over and hook them up and test them out. All right guys, so what I'm gonna do, this is pre-wired, and I wish they had a longer space between the fans. I could put one on 3 different cages down through here, but they won't let me go that far. But since the wires ain't long enough to do but 2 cages here, I'm gonna put 1 fan on 1 cage and 2 fans on the other. And like I said, I got zip ties right here, and I'm gonna just run that through the wire and zip tie it onto the wire. But I'm gonna have to go to the other side and reach in there and run my zip ties back out this side so I can get a hold of them. Yeah, I will in just a second. Colton's ready for another popsicle, guys. Alright guys, now I'm finna zip tie this to this wire here. Get my zip tie flipped around right. Just to route them wires to where they come over this way. I'm going to put another zip tie in the bottom of them. But for right now, I'm just zip tying it like that right there. And I'll get it straightened out here in just a moment. Alright guys, so y'all can see, this is going to be where, this is everybody's situation may be different. How you going to install it, what you going to install it on. For my situation, I'm already in the shade right here. I'm going to have to build me a stand for my solar panel to get out from under this tree far enough just to get the morning shade. So I ain't gonna run this wire nowhere else. Now I'm gonna see if I can run it to get enough sun to make it run right now. Now they're on, but they're not running at their full speed because they ain't getting a full amount of sun right now. But I got them on and they running. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I just got to figure out me a way. Like I said, I'm going to try to wire mine into a battery. Maybe has a little battery sitting on top up here to where they have just a little breeze for my quails in the summertime. But anyway, y'all see, you just got to determine what your situation is. And if this is an item that's interested to you, I'm just showing you how they work. They're already pre-wired and everything. Basically, all you got to do is however you gonna mount the fans and however you gonna mount the panel there. But if you're putting it on a doghouse that's out in the sun, it's perfect. It's already wired up. You just cut your holes the size of this, pop them in the hole, and mount your solar panel right on top of the doghouse. And I think that's probably what one of the biggest selling points for these are. Then you could have one on one blowing a little air into the doghouse and flip the other ones over and having the exhaust sucking the heat out of the doghouse. Alright guys, it's the next day. Yesterday I had Colton, and Colton was very interested in digging the potatoes and stuff, but when it come time to do this little project, he just didn't want to have nothing to do with it and kept insisting I come do something else. But anyway, I got back out here today, so I'm adding this into the video. And I did, after playing around with this, decided I wanted them on my quail cages. Well, as you can see, I did what I said I was going to do. I rewired it. I extended this wire, because these fans are 12 volt, guys. I extended this wire so I could put a fan on each of these 3 cages. Now this cage down on here on the end, I already got another little fan. I just got it off right now because it's been winter time. But I got another fan already that'll mount down here under this little drip edge I put on there. Next thing I might do is get me some valley tin and make me a little drip edge right here, just so the blowing rain can't just blow on here. It's got a drip edge for running off water, but the blowing rain's still gonna hit it, and it would probably be all right since it's IP65 waterproof. But I rewired it, and I wired it to where a 12 volt battery runs on here, because like right now I'm already past my sunlight stage of the day. Once it gets 12:30, the solar panel's gonna be in the shade. Now I got my solar panel just sitting on an old tripod right now, but I'm gonna have to build something for my solar panel right out here on the outside of the tree limbs so we can get that sun. And this wire that's running out the end, I'm gonna raise it up, which I have it stretched tight when I build me a post to hold my solar panel. That way you can walk under it and won't be touching the wire. Now one thing that happened when I was wiring this, you know, it had the on and off switch and variable control. Well, to me, it's fans running, they need to be running wide open. But I don't think that little computer chip in that variable speed, anyway, either I wired something up wrong or whatever, but I burnt the little variable speed. I burnt the little variable, I can't get this out, speed switch. I burned it up, but that was all right. It's just wired direct now to the solar panel and straight to the battery. If I want to turn it off, all I'm going to do is just come up here and take it off of the battery. Now you hear them, they're still running on what little bit of sunlight that solar panel's getting, but they're running at a very slow speed. In full sunlight, they do run wide open. Now my plan here, and this will be something I'm gonna have to test, is to see if that solar panel is kind of like a little trickle charger, if it's gonna be putting out enough from sunrise to about 12 o'clock noon to keep this battery charged and keep it ahead of things and not run down. But I can see where these things would be very, very great if you got you a chicken coop that's sitting just outside in the sun. It's not under a shade or a doghouse. I mean, like I said, you can turn these backwards. They actually for a vent, to vent out heat, exhaust heat. But if I had a chicken coop, I'd put me 2 of them exhaust and have one turn sucking in fresh air. And I think they would be very neat if you have a wood style chicken coop or a dog house. But I'm gonna show y'all, we're gonna go around there and I got this ribbon and I'm gonna hold up. Y'all see the wind ain't blowing. I mean, it's barely moving, this ribbon. But we're gonna go around there and hold this ribbon in front of them to let y'all see how much it's actually blowing in there. Now don't buy these thinking you're gonna get these little 4.5-inch fans is gonna be blowing like a big box fan or one of them round electric 120 fans that you have in the house. It ain't gonna blow like you want to blow on you. But I can promise you, on a still day, when it's hot, you're gonna see that it's blowing enough breeze that it'll help these animals out, especially if you had that in a chicken coop or in a dog house where it's completely closed. Now my quail cage here, it's open on all ends. Well, right now it's closed up on the north end, but I'm gonna open that up once our cool nights is over with. But I'm just getting prepared for the warm weather. But let's go around here and test out the ribbon. So as y'all can see, I'm around here on the inside. Y'all can see the tripod on the other side, and I'm gonna stick this ribbon in there. Y'all see how it's blowing that ribbon? That's a pretty good little bit of airflow, especially for your animals when it's still a hot day. So I wanted to show y'all that the little fans are putting out some little wind. Y'all see I just got it sitting on an old tripod out here right now. I'm gonna get me a post and put in the ground, build me a little bracket, and I'm gonna have mine up there about 8 foot, so I ain't got to worry about the wire running out here hitting my head on it or nothing else. But right now it's still a cool day. See, I ain't gonna have it hooked on a battery. I'm gonna set my solar panel back up here on top of here until I can get me a time to build me a bracket, because this is all I'm gonna do today. I just wanted to do this to show y'all what I had decided and when I rewired it. Also, you could just buy you another 12-volt fan, and I may do this. Buy me another 12-volt fan, extend this wire right down there and put one of these smaller fans down here. That way all 4 cages will be set up with these little fans. But guys, now we're gonna get back to where I left off.
Okay.
All right, guys, so that's gonna end mine and Colton's projects for today. So we up here taking us a late dinner break, eating us a corn dog and chips.
And we eating cheesy bread.
And he's eating cheesy bread, he says. But guys, I'm gonna have to play around with my little solar power fans. I think that's a good idea for my quail cages. I just got to play around and see if I can get them hooked up to where a battery I keep them running when it goes into the shed and at night. But if you're interested in that little product, as always, I'll put a link in the description below this video where you can go click on it and check it out and purchase it if you so choose to. As far as my taters, that's about what I was expecting to get out of the potatoes, which ain't very good, guys. But like I said, I just wanted to get that row out of there before that blight started spreading into everything and getting into my soil. But it probably ain't gonna be but about 1 week, and I'm finna go on and dig them others up just because of the blight starting to get on them. And like I said, the potatoes ain't gonna be that big, but they are still good eating taters. Little taters taste just like big taters. But as always, guys, if you ain't never subscribed, please reach down there and hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you a thing, if it does help me grow my YouTube channel. And like and share my videos with anyone you think's interested in seeing any of our videos. And guys, I hope y'all have a great day and a blessed week.
See y'all next time.
See y'all next time.